Hello everyone, this is Jason. In this video, we will introduce the operations of ZW3D 2x cam, in which I will introduce the overview of 2x operations, introduction of 2x 2-pass patterns, and creation of 2.5x 2-pass. First of all, I will introduce the overview of 2x operations. In this table, I have listed all the operations and its applicable scenes. They can be divided into 4 categories: 2D pocket, 2D contour, corner cut, and 2D face. Then in the second chapter, I will introduce the 2-pass patterns of ZW3D 2x cam. The first category is 2D pocket operations: spiral, zigzag, box, contour, and vermeil 2x. Most of them are applicable for 2x roughing and bottom finishing, and vermeil 2x is only for 2x roughing. The second category is 2D contour operations: profile, ramp, nesting, and surface engraving. Then the last 2 categories are corner cut operations, which contains chamfer and corner round cut, and 2D face operations, which contains helical, thread, and top face cut. And the third chapter, I will introduce how to create a 2.5x 2-pass in ZW3D. It's achieved by modifying the attributes of the profile features. Now let's go to ZW3D and introduce the details. These are the operations of ZW3D 2x cam. Here are the 2D pocket operations, 2D contour operations, corner cut operations, and 2D face operations. Then I will introduce the 2-pass patterns one by one. First is the spiral cut. It generates the 2-pass by offsetting the profile. It can process toward or away from the profile boundary. Just set the pass pattern option we introduced before. Then is zigzag cut. It will generate straight parallel 2-pass and process in zigzag shape. And box cut. It will also generate straight parallel 2-pass, but instead of zigzag shape, it will lift tour at the end of every 2-pass, then move to the start point of next 2-pass. And next one is contour cut. It will generate the 2-pass by offsetting the contour, and the 2-pass will be trimmed by the open contours and generate lead in and lead out 2-pass. And vermeil 2x. It will generate smooth 2-pass according to the contour, and according to the parameters recommended by technology expert. Use a large step down to remove material. Then next category is 2D contour operations. Profile cut will generate the 2-pass according to the profile. It has lead in and lead out at every layer, and it is applicable for inner or outer side finishing because it will process with the tool cutting edge. Then ramp cut will generate ramp down 2-pass based on profile without tool lifting in the middle, and it will also process with the tool cutting edge. It is applicable for inner or outer side finishing on cylinder. Then the next one is surface engraving. It will generate the 2-pass on the selected profile, then project them on the model surface to generate the engraving 2-pass. And the last operation in 2D contour category is nesting. It will generate 2-pass according to the specified component shape and quantities on the blank feature. The next category is corner cut. It's mainly used to chamfering and rounding features of the workpiece. First is the chamfer cut. We can use Verify to check the effect. It's using the chamfer tool. And of course, it can generate multiple toolpaths. For example, I change the number of cut to 3. Next is the corner round cut. We can also use Verify to check the effect. It's using the corner round end mill to process the fillets. Then the last category is the 2D face. It contains helical, thread, and top face cut. Firstly, let's look at the helical cut. It's applicable for inner or outer side finishing on cylinders. The toolpath is actually a helix. The distance between two paths in G direction is defined by pitch value here. And next one is thread cut. As its name suggests, is used to process the threads. It will generate the two paths based on the thread pitch specified in the feature dialog box. These two operations toolpath is similar. The difference between them lies in the rechecked position. The thread operation reaches the bottom. The thread processing is complete and immediately retracts. However, the helical operation reaches the bottom and then moves a circle to complete the side processing before it retracts. And the last operation is top face cut. It's normally used to flatten stock or top face roughing. The default pattern is zigzag. You can also change the two pass pattern in pass setting. And next, I will introduce how to create 2.5x2 paths. Here is an example. Now I want to process this slope. As usual, we create a profile, create a tool, and specify top and bottom points. But you will see the two paths is not correct. To create the expected two paths, we can go to Profile Feature dialog box, set the draft value to 45 degrees, which is the angle of this slope, and calculate. The two paths will generate with the draft angle. So that's all for the introduction of operations in ZW3D 2X CAM. Thank you.